I'm going to be on time, but if I am 2 minutes late for the weather report today, it's because a mid-sized, pompous black cat was using my tracking phone as a pillow. And he was too cute, and I had to give him love before I stole his pillow. Not much has changed since last I reported the weather. We are still tracking this slight chance of excessive rainfall over parts of the Central Plains and the Middle Mississippi Valley. There's also a slight risk of severe thunderstorms over parts of the Great Lakes and the Upper and Middle Mississippi Valley and Central Plains and Central High Plains on Sunday as well. East Coast, that system that was up top seems to be dissolving off, and Florida on the Gulf side is getting hit by a bunch of little pockets of precipitation as well. West Coast seems totally, completely clear, and the mountain states seem clear as well. Let's check the temperatures. Lots of 70s and 80s in Washington, 92 on the east side though, 90s for much of Oregon, much of California seeing the same. There's a little briefly cooler area around San Fran, but down near SoCal is like 101. Arizona seeing the creep back up in temperatures. We got 107 by the Mexican border, 106 by the Nevada-Utah border. And then as you go north through the mountain states, there's a lot of high 80s and low 90s for everyone to enjoy. A few pockets of cooler up in the mountains in Montana and Idaho and Wyoming, but just briefly cooler, and I'm guessing you've got to have that altitude. Plain states, we're seeing a range from 80 to 90, and all parts in between might be a little hotter if you're like in the middle of Kansas, Oklahoma, or Texas. They all three have little hot pocket spots in the middle of each state. Midwesties, you are seeing lots of high 80s, low 90s, all that yellow on the map. And East Coast, very similar story with a little bit cooler up in New England, but it's still all very fair and warm and mostly in the 90s and the high 80s as you go down through the states. 89 in the panhandle of Florida, 88 at the tip. McMurdo Station on the Ross Sea in Antarctica, sitting at negative 8 degrees Fahrenheit with winds coming in from the south-southeast at 21 with gusts up to 32 miles per hour, giving you a real feel in McMurdo of negative 40 degrees. My Alaska, looking pretty good right now. Some mild precipitation on the southern coastline. There is more rain favored to be starting across the Aleutians and into the Panhandle, and that will be kind of light to modest, and temperatures near to a bit below normal due to cloud cover coming in across the week. We'll keep an eye on that. Today's high temperatures for Alaska, we've got 48 up on the Arctic Circle. Most of the inland anywhere from the 50s to the 70s, with 76 near the Canadian border seeing the hottest temperature on the map. And there is 69, 54 out on the Aleutians, 60 to 59 near Anchorage, and 54 for the Panhandle. Hawaii, you've got those moderate to locally breezy trade winds persisting into tomorrow, and then that's going to weaken and veer out of the eastern southeast late tomorrow, early next week, as a broad and weak trough moves in and develops across the area. That's going to allow for some more isolated showers across leeward areas as the week continues, along with the typical windward and Mauka showers. Midweek and beyond, the high to the northeast is going to gradually build and bring breezy trade winds back to the area by next weekend. High temperatures for Hawaii today in the high 70s to the mid 80s, high 80s in some areas. All right, I'm going to go back to petting my cute kitty now. Bye, guys!